So, Bezat Hashem, we're here back at the Knesset Ma'or Yitzchak. Today is Tuesday morning already, the 16th of the month of Kislev. Yom Shlishi, the third day of the week of Parashat Shabbat Vayeshev. We're going to be learning now, continuing in Tzat Musar about from Yirat HaShem, Rav Moshe Amber. Again, we were discussing yesterday that Yaakov felt that he could start relaxing a little bit in his life, even though we proved already yesterday, we discussed diligently, in depth, how he toiled most of his life, never left the field, never played games, not much, constantly learning. Now, we said yesterday, he transferred all of that Torah to Yosef by the age of 17, and now that he wants to settle. Inami, says the rabbi, Inami bikesh Yaakov l'shev b'shalva. So Yaakov Avinu now decided all of a sudden, after 100 years of galut, of suffering, which by the way we pointed out yesterday, one of the negativity here, maybe the rabbi will discuss that also, that Abraham Avinu agreed, right? He accepted Hashem's decree. Abraham Avinu has accepted Hashem's decree of 400 years of suffering, and here Yaakov Avinu Kibiyachol sort of saying that he's gonna only suffer for 100 years, right? Meaning that he's interrupting. There is a trend. There is steps to acquire land of Israel, and we said one of them is through Isurim. The Gemara and Masechet Brachot pointed out the rabbi yesterday. To acquire the land of Israel, you have to go through suffering. So the rabbi continues: "Shechashav ki rak bazeh titkayem avodat Hashem itvarach mitoch shalva velo mitoch Isurim." So the mistake that Yaakov Avinu said went through or concluded that he's gonna come closer to Hashem finally by settling and having more peace of mind. Maybe there is a little mistake here also. What is the most prominent name in the yeshiva today that people speak about? A big Talmid Chacham in the yeshiva. Everybody says maybe today alone. I'm not exaggerating. All over the world, all the yeshiva world, the name Rashi will be mentioned 10 million times. Today, daily. You hear what I'm saying? Zohar.
Yeah.
At least, and I think I'm under exaggerating when I say these words. Today, all over the world, the name Rashi was a Mifaresh, lived about 700, 800 years ago, and his name is mentioned all over Torah. Okay? Do you know his life story? The Chachamim tell us that he wrote Pirush on the Chumash. He was 600 days in hiding. The French police were looking to kill him, and he was in hiding for 600. It was a galut. He didn't sleep in one place twice. Not 2 nights in one place. He didn't sleep. Where did he wrote Pirush on Rashi? On the Chumash? In that time, the Chazal teaches 600 days he was traveling, didn't sleep 2 nights in one place. So we see that over here already a mistake that Yaakov Avinu said. Yaakov thought, you're going to come close to Hashem, serve Hashem with peace of mind. He says, "V'lachen kafatz alav rogzo shel Yosef." Hashem says, no. There is no condition serving Hashem. You serve Hashem within every situation you're in. Here you see Rashi HaKadosh, and his name is so prominent in the Torah world that minimum today his name is mentioned 10 million times. Ramaz ki gam al yedei yisurin Hashem yibchon et hatzadik im ya'amod benisayon v'lo yarher achar midotav yitbarach. Because through suffering, Hashem really determines if a person is really clinging to Hashem, and he will not, chas v'shalom, degrade or blame Hashem for his suffering, meaning he's not going to diminish his unwavering will and trust in Hashem. And a tzaddik, a righteous man, he accepts everything with love from Hashem. Just like from a peace of mind, also through suffering, he continues serving God. Therefore, Hashem was not satisfied with this behavior, and he sent to him the pain and suffering for the next 22 more years of Yosef. Yosef was gone he disappeared, and Yaakov suffered for 22 years of that. וקפיצה זו רמה שהוסיף קפיצה ומעלה על מעלתו על ידי רוגזו ואבלו על יוסף ואבלו. And the Torah tells us right away Hashem hastened the suffering, and throughout all these years Yaakov Avinu was suffering. שבזה הוכיח שעבודתו לשם יתברך הייתה לשם שמיים ולא על מנת לקבל פרס. And here, what do we know? Yaakov Avinu did not chas v'shalom forsake Hashem. We know, חבר'ה, אור בבקשה. מי הוריד אור? תודה. השם יתברך הייתה לשם שמיים ולא על מנת לקבל פרס. We see that Yaakov Avinu, even though he realized that Hashem did not appreciate him abandoning or giving grounds of serving Hashem through only in good stage, so you see that Yaakov Avinu accepted it, and he lived, and he continued learning Torah, and understood that Hashem does not want him to be to educate him, that you're not that Chas v'Shalom, to implant it into the next generation. Imagine, remember, Yaakov Avinu right now is educating his children. What are you going to educate your children? That you learn, you serve Hashem only when it's good? Chas v'Shalom. ובאופן זה אפשר לפרש את המדרש. So we can explain the following midrash. לא דיין לצדיקים. That the midrash tells us it's not enough for the righteous people. בלשון קיום ולא בלשון תמיהה. Meaning it's not enough for righteous people to have, as the midrash said over there, to have salvation in the next world. They want to take salvation in this world. Yane, meaning it's an inquiry. How is it possible that here a tzaddik thinks that he has to have a salvation in this world in order to serve God? It's not true. As we already explained, that you serve God in any situation. And chas v'shalom, a person should not set boundaries that he's in this world. Oh, finally I have a resting now. I'm resting and now I could learn Torah properly. You see by Rashi example, it's not like that. The example that Rashi set for us is an example for generations, for leolam va'ed, forever and ever. That you serve Hashem no matter what. Can you imagine? Writing explanation on the Torah, 600 days not sleeping in one place twice. Can you imagine such a lifestyle? And Rashi did it. Ela afilu al yidei surin. The person has to know that we serve Hashem even through a great amount of suffering, as we see that Yaakov Avinu for the next 22 years. Imagine building a family, 12 shvatim. That's it. This is the next generation of the Jewish nation, and I'm the torch carrier, said Yaakov. And here, one of his children disappear, and he is now believed to be dead, and still believing and trusting in Hashem. שבזאת גם כן נבחנו ויזכו לבסוף גם כן לאושר ולכבוד בעולם הזה. But in the end, as it says in the Mishnah, whoever serves Hashem through oni, meaning through suffering and through hardships, in the end, when there will be blessed, and if there is a route to wealth, and there will be some kind of salvation when the person will have alleviation from suffering in this world, he will still continue serving Hashem and will not, chas v'shalom, abandon Hashem. But you have to know that when a person is rich and he is not utilizing his wealth to learn, to dedicate, as the Mishnah says, dedicate his time to Torah because of his wealth, in the end, when he's going to become poor, also chas v'shalom, he's going to forsake the Torah. So again, it's a wealth, and obviously the bank accounts have a lot to do with the attention that a person dedicates for designating his time and dedicating his time for Torah. But it's not an excuse. Either way, a person has to know, as we already said many times, the limud Torah is incumbent upon us 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A Jew must learn Torah. But as we said already many times, there are allowances. There's allowance to go to sleep. There's allowance to go to eat. There's allowance to go to the restroom. There's allowance to care for your body. All those times, that's the allowance. But But if it's not that, nothing else, Hashem Mirachem, Hashem should help us and save us and protect us and give us strength to only go and grow in Torah. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen. We'll get back to you in learning with reference to Halakha shortly.